The BMF empire just hit a breaking point. Big Meech has reportedly cut off his own son, Lil Meech, over a jaw-dropping $10 million scandal. According to insiders, Big Meech made it clear he can't stand by Lil Meech anymore after discovering shady financial moves that allegedly drained millions from BMF accounts and deals tied to the family's name. For months, whispers have circled that money linked to BMF was being mishandled. Now, sources claim Lil Meech was leveraging his father's legacy to lock in side deals, endorsements, and business opportunities, while leaving out the very people who helped build the empire. To Big Meech, that was the ultimate betrayal. And here's the twist. 50 Cent, who has been hinting for ages about shady money games, suddenly looks vindicated. Fans on social media are blowing up with comments like, 50 tried to warn him, and BMF is crumbling right in front of us.
You know what I mean? That's right. You know, I never done that, man. I don't even know where they come up with that, man. And then the guy's a rat, man. He's been working for the feds for 2 years now. You know what I'm saying? Cooperate. So you can look at my paperwork, man. My paperwork, if I was ratting it to be on CNN, you know.
Big Meech's alleged statement, "The loyalty ain't there no more. We're done," sent shockwaves across hip-hop. An empire once known for power, unity, and brotherhood is now split between father and son. With 50 Cent lurking in the background, Rick Ross still tied to major BMF-related ventures, and Lil Meech silent on the claims. The family's legacy is hanging.
These in my bag.
In the bag?
Yes, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not pack my bag.
Well, we can get that all straightened out after the fact.
In the clip, Lil Meech's associate ends up arrested, calling him out in real time for selling him out to the cops. The footage shows Meech sitting in the back of a patrol car, both men detained. After officers found a firearm, Meech can be clearly heard asking, "Did you discover the other stuff?" That one careless question pushed officers to dig deeper, even though they had said the firearm alone wasn't their main concern. His slip-up made the whole situation spiral, and then came the real bomb. The same friend, known online as 3 Luck, went public on Instagram.
BMF Immortal, and it's cool. Like sometimes we switch perspectives, so it's from a law enforcement perspective.
Oh wow!
Instead of it being from the actual hustler side or the aspirational side.
3 Luck didn't stop there. He threw shade at Big Meech too, accusing him of raising someone weak and calling Lil Meech a lame. He said Meech let him take the fall for the gun and substances while he was knocked out in the car. He added that 50 Cent has been showing him support for exposing the betrayal. In another post, 3 Luck revealed Lil Meech once apologized and promised to pay him back, but those words meant nothing. He vented, "Why you asking 12 if they got the guns and other stuff off me? That ain't a former telling." According to him, the only reason he was even around Lil Meech was because he thought he was loyal, solid, worth riding for. Instead, he found out Meech was the opposite. He explained how he spent heavy money on lawyers and bail, fighting charges tied to someone he considered a brother, while Lil Meech kept his image polished and, allegedly, lost in pills and
He came and got me before I even knew I could even act at all, before acting was even a thought. My dad called me one day and told me that he wanted me to fly to Atlanta in his presence so I could meet 50 for the first time and see the first casting that he was doing. So I flew out there and it was lined around the street. And the first time I met 50, it was just genuine. And I sat by him and we actually got to watch people audition for a couple hours. And the next day he called me 8 o'clock in the morning, woke me up. I'm like, damn, 50 calling me. So I answered the phone, he like, "Hey, what you think about going to acting classes? I want you to play your dad." And at first, it sounded crazy, but of course, I'm gonna do it. I'm not doing nothing, so of course I wanted to do it, I just didn't know if I could do it.
Just hours later, 50 Cent wasn't done. He doubled down hard. He re-uploaded that infamous body cam video of Lil Meech allegedly throwing his friend under the bus, but this time he added screenshots of 3 Luck's posts to hammer it in. Alongside it, he wrote, "How you gonna dump your strap and drugs on your boy's lap while he's knocked out? Like, here. This yours, LOL." The internet went wild, but 50 wasn't finished yet. He came back with another ruthless post, this one featuring a throwback shot from a BMF show. His caption tore into Meech. First, he goes to the airport straight.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
They ain't telling nobody. Because if you're telling, you can't even look forward to going home.
Okay, so 50 Cent blasted Lil Meech and posted video footage and evidence of him allegedly snitching on his security. The security, who ended up taking the fall for everything, said that he was asleep when Lil Meech threw everything.
That airport jab was a callback to a 2022 mess, when TSA agents busted Lil Meech with an unloaded gun in his suitcase. At the time, he didn't even have a license for it, and the arrest instantly cracked his clean image. But stacked with the new body cam footage, it makes him look even worse. The strangest part? His defense. Despite being 23 years old, Meech bizarrely argued that he wasn't legally an adult, almost like age could erase accountability. The excuse fell flat, and then he made it worse by pulling the classic celeb card, shouting his name, trying to flex his fame to dodge trouble. It backfired, making the whole scene even more embarrassing, and of course, 50 thrives on this kind of meltdown. With the betrayal footage already fueling the fire, this airport disaster was premium ammo for his Instagram trolling, and he wasted no time cashing in. But the story didn't end there. Big Meech himself finally stepped in. After 50 began clowning both father and son, dragging Lil Meech for snitching and blasting Big Meech's parenting, the elder Meech clapped back. He dropped photos of himself and his son with a bold caption: "Nothing can stop us. We all the way up." On the surface, it looked like a united front, but whispers behind the scenes told a different story. Rumors spread that Big Meech quietly reached out to one of 50's longtime associates, maybe to cool things down, maybe to send a warning off the record. Insiders claimed the private message was simple but sharp. "Tell him to stop playing with my son, or else." And here's the thing, Big Meech isn't known for public threats, which makes this alleged move even more chilling. The shift in tone is hard to ignore, and talk is growing that even some producers of the BMF series are backing away, afraid the beef could spill off screen. That alone shows how explosive this feud has gotten. Now, it's worth remembering, 50 Cent didn't start firing shots at Lil Meech out of nowhere. The spark came earlier this year when Big Meech linked up with Rick Ross, one of 50's most notorious rivals. That alliance set 50 off immediately. He clapped back by accusing Big Meech of being a rat, hinting that his prison sentence was cut under the First Step Act because of cooperation. To push the narrative, 50 even posted supposed court paperwork through his associate Tammy Cowens. But here's the kicker. Nothing in the official record actually shows Big Meech cooperated. In reality, he served 27 of his 30 years, and the reduction came from changes in federal sentencing rules, not testimony. Big Meech himself shot the rumor down in a rare prison interview, saying flat out, if he had ever snitched, it would have been front-page national news. Still, the debate rages. Some fans argue 50 had no right to label him a rat after nearly 3 decades inside. Others say linking up with Rick Ross was the real betrayal, and 50 had every reason to go off, since 50 Cent was the one financially supporting Meech's family, while Big Meech sat behind bars, and the same man who handed Lil Meech his breakout acting role in the BMF series. This feud cuts especially deep. Loyalty, betrayal, and pride are fueling the fire, and there's no sign of it slowing down. It has openly suggested that this is the real reason behind Big Meech's alleged betrayal. According to him, it wasn't just about Rick Ross, it was about envy. He claimed Big Meech grew uneasy with how close he and Lil Meech had become. In fact, 50 flat out said jealousy over their bond drove Big Meech to pull away. On Instagram, he wrote that envy was the main factor tearing their relationship apart. From 50's perspective, Lil Meech trusted him more than his own father, and that was something Big Meech couldn't accept. He even alleged that Big Meech cut off his son's financial support completely. To make matters worse, 50 blasted him as a toxic influence, accusing him of encouraging reckless spending and even substance use. Meanwhile, 50 painted himself as the real father figure, claiming he was the one stepping in to save Lil Meech from self-destruction. One of his wildest claims? That Lil Meech actually had a serious breakdown from substance abuse during filming, and it was 50, not Big Meech, who pushed him into rehab and got him back on track. He wrote, "I thought about it. I think he was uncomfortable with me and Meech's relationship. I'm telling Meech stop doing drugs. He's telling him he used to do X, like it's cool. I tell Meech chill with the spending. He's telling him how much he blew. People don't know. I had to send Meech to rehab." That post hit like a bombshell. Not only for the accusations, but because it flipped the script, casting 50 as the savior, pulling Lil Meech out from his father's shadow. And even on set, controversy seemed to follow. Reports claim Russell Horn's blood pressure spiked during filming, so badly he started throwing up during a weapons test. Then Ian allegedly revealed someone found whippets in a truck, sparking confusion about what was really going on behind the scenes. When Lil Meech first landed his breakout BMF role, he admitted he was lost until 50 Cent came along, mentoring him, paying for acting classes, and opening doors in Hollywood. Old interviews show him giving 50 full credit for shaping his career. But despite that golden opportunity, insiders claim he burned through a staggering $5 million in just 3 years, dropping cash on cars, jewelry, and designer fits instead of securing his future. To many, it looked like a wasted chance. That's why 50's words sting so much. He didn't just hand Meech visibility, he gave him structure, connections, and a second shot at life. Yet now, with the snitching accusations swirling, another layer has been added to the chaos. Voices close to the Flannery camp are calling out 50's hypocrisy, arguing he picks and chooses who gets branded a rat based on loyalty, not facts. And the bigger question lingers, did 50 take it too far this time? Was calling Big Meech a rat over his ties with Rick Ross a calculated lie, or just another round of brutal trolling that spun out of control? With threats flying and reputations hanging by a thread, this saga is anything but over. And if you've been following this wild breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because the next chapter in this explosive hip-hop drama could be even messier.